As we start our journey back to George Air Force Base, I stop at Emma Jean's Hollenberger Cafe. It was here in 1972 when I checked out as in the F4. It was here in 1980 when I checked out as the Weasel. And it was here in 92 when I retired. Now it's here in 2011 when we start our journey back to their air base. So sort of the things that change and the things that don't change. Emma Jean's. And by the way, this cafe made it onto one of those TV shows, diners, drive-ins and dives. The cobbler is to die for. And so here you can see the road is no longer Air Base Road, but it's now Air Expressway. And here is the old gate I used to go through all the time. I thought it was closed, and as we pan to the right, or in this case my other right, and over here you can see the housing area is just totally destroyed. So I'll zoom in a little bit here. And of course here's base housing. It's been totally run down. It wasn't California earthquake proof or some BS thing like that, so they couldn't use it. So the Army comes in and blows it up and does things for their training. You look around and you see everything is not a very good cameraman, but everything is just destroyed. All the windows broken out and so forth. Again, the military comes in here and blows things up and has a great time. As I recall, this hospital was built just a couple of years before the base closed, and of course now it stands as a monument of nothing. So once again, I better get out of here before they catch me. I thought the golf course was open, but here the sign says the golf course is closed, and I can't loiter or maybe even take pictures, who knows. But again, I thought the golf course was one bright spot. There is some green grass on the golf course, so they must be maintaining it. One of the things that clearly survived is the chapel. It's some first something other church at this point. But as we pan around, we can see the devastation. Zoom in a little bit. And the houses over here. Housing area, like you say, is just absolutely gone. And again, I keep reminding you, it's not my camera, so. But we do have one playing field here. And the gym may still be open. So. As we start to approach the flight line, I'll pan around here. You can start to see, here's some of the dormitories and other buildings. Again, just totally windows broken out, total desolation. Nothing of value anymore, it looks like. There's the old headquarters building from 1,000,000 years ago. As we pan around here, and then we'll get to the new headquarters building. I don't remember exactly what year this was built, but it was fairly new when the base closed. But again, it's all in this. There's been some activity here. They built this power plant, and I don't follow it because it pisses me off, but they have lost several $1,000,000 here and owe the government all kinds of money for it. As we pan again, we're approaching the flight line here. Here's some hangars that either have been rebuilt or are new. Don't know totally what the activity is. They do some aircraft painting here. GE has a test airplane here where they test engines. Every once in a while when you see it fly, it looks funny because it has 3 normal size engines and then whatever engine they're testing as well, so it looks pretty funny. The tower is still here. And if you call them George, they sometimes answer, but they'd prefer to be called Victorville now. As you go on, you can see there's some activity on the ramp. And again, we have these aircraft here that are either being painted and it's a test. And if we look way in the distance someplace, there's several hundred airliners being stored here. So again, this is one of the old squadron buildings I remember, maybe maintenance buildings right here. And here, if memory serves me correct, is our old squadron building. It's still being used. Looks like Global Access has it. As we pan around, this is one of the areas I think where they do the aircraft painting. You see this guy's been taken apart and looking like it's get ready. And I modified the top of the hangar to take the tails of some of these big airplanes. And as we just sort of spin around again a little bit without falling down. And behind me now you can see that there are actually some new buildings that have been built. And they're out here on the base. Don't know what's in them, but here seems to be one of the big things at Georgia these days. It's one of those graveyards or boneyards or storage areas for aircraft. So they fly them in, they preserve them, they pick them, and then they just park them.